Hello everyone, my name is Megan. If you're new to my channel, welcome, return, and welcome back. If you're not telling by the title of today's video, this is my first update in my 2026 deck of panning. But yes, so I do know that I am not filming and uploading my deck of painting in the time that is, you know, done by deck of panning people. I do understand that the game board gets randomized on the 10th and then we're supposed to upload our videos on the 20th. However, I put together my entire filming schedule for 2026 before I remembered that part. And I was not about to go back and try to redo everything to accommodate it. One of the other reasons that I had it so early off in the month too is because I had this plan to do a shop my stash to kind of fill in the missing pieces. However, I've realized that with this project and my other project pan, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do a shop my stash. This kind of is my shop my stash. So, you know, we're still figuring that part out. But anyway, this is kind of my update. My philosophy with this for this year, I don't think I mentioned, project was created by Emily and Max. Please don't come after me. She's awesome and she redoes the game board every single month. But what was I saying? I was saying something. I don't remember now. My head hurts. Oh, so I am doing my deck of painting a little bit differently because I am really trying to customize the project to fit my needs. So I do give myself a little bit more leeway with my vetoes as far as cards that I'm pulling goes, because my project pan is solely for foundations, setting sprays, you know, concealers, powders, and I have a plan for those. If I pull the foundation card for this project, I'm going to pull a different card. I don't want them to overlap any more than is absolutely necessary. So I do give myself a little bit of grace with that. And I am doing this solely based off of usage because I found that over the last couple years I have been project panning. I think this is my third or fourth year project panning. I think I did a project pan back in 2021 and then I didn't do one in 2022 or 2023. I had stopped filming YouTube videos by then. And then I picked up again 2024 and 2025. So this is my fourth year of project panning. And I have found that when I project pan, I only focus on those items. So I've decided that I want my deck of panning to be usage based, just really quickly roll things through. I had initially said I was going to have this be a 15 use project. However, just based off how the first month went, I was really teetering between if I wanted it to be 10 uses or 15 uses, and I did decide on 15. However, I am rescinding that and I am changing it to be a 10 use project. If I don't hit my 10 uses within the month, I will keep those products in, but I do want to always be pulling for 5 more products. So a lot of this does stem from, I know I won't be sick every month, but I was very sick during January. But I also just felt at certain times that I was just kind of really having to force myself, and I don't know, I don't think that some of the products that I picked go well together, and I understand that that is something that I, you know, did to myself, but I also just don't wear makeup every single day with my current job, and so I still want it to be realistic without, my worry if I do 15 uses is that it's going to take me more than 1 month. And if I'm still trying to roll in products, then I'm just going to have this exponentially growing project, and that's going to be overwhelming too. So I hope you guys can support me through this as I'm kind of making some tweaks, since I have never done this project before, and so I am kind of trying to figure out how to best accommodate my needs while still going through this project. But yes, so I am going to change everything from a 15 use goal down to a 10 use goal. Most of my products I did, let's see, 3 products did reach 10 uses this past month, so I will go ahead and rotate those out. And then the other 3, because I had one of those you pick 2 cards, so I have 6 products in. But my other 3 I did not reach 10 uses on, but I'm really close. So I'm going to keep them, I'm still going to use the 10th use, but I am going to go ahead and just roll in for those items. Okay, I think that was everything. Let's go ahead and talk about what my goals were for last month. For starters, and these are in no particular order, it's literally just the way that I had it written down. But starting off for the prompt of, what was it? No Pan Left Behind, and I have the game board in front of me. I decided to roll in my Charlotte Tilbury Celestial Pearl quad. And so this is what the outside of it looks like. I just think it's so pretty. And then this is the inside, and my goal was obviously no pin left behind, so you know, dip into each color at one time. But then I also wanted to use the whole quad 15 times, again changing that down to 10 times. So I have done all 4 colors have been used. I have done that goal, but I am only on 7 uses for the entire palette. So I do want to keep this rolled in until I reach those additional 3. So again, honestly, by the end of February, like that'll be done. But just to kind of, again, give you guys those updates and kind of talk through the process as I'm still figuring out the best way for this project to work for me. But yeah, so this I will keep in, but I will still pull a card for it because I'm only 3 uses away. But there is that. Oh my goodness, now I'm dropping things. Okay, and then for the prompt, I believe this one was Dethroned. This is my NARS Laguna bronzer. This is what she's looking like. I did use this a full 10 times, so I am very excited. We'll be able to actually truly roll something in this product's place. And then for the prompt Gifted, I decided to roll in my Patrick Ta duo in She Goes to the Gym. I did receive this as a Christmas gift this past year. So for this, my goal again was 10 uses. It did not have to be 10 in 10. It could have been, you know, 8 and 2 or whatever it ended up being. I don't fully remember what the breakdown was, but I have only reached for it 9 times. So I will, again, like roll something new, but I will also keep this in for another day, just to like officially use it. And then obviously I'll give you all those updates, like next month as well. But yeah, so that only had 9 uses on it. And then for the prompt, what was this, Mainstream? I think it was Mainstream. I decided to roll in my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Cottage Cheese. This did only end up getting 8 uses. I will say I really like this product, but I forget about it all of the time. So it's usually like I've done my makeup, fully completed my makeup, like everything, and then as I'm going through to like tally in what I've used, I'll be like, oh, I didn't use that today. It'll look good with my eye look. That's fine, and then I use it. So this has only have 8 uses on it. So again, I will be rolling something new in, but I am going to make sure I get those additional 2 uses to make it 10 uses. And then for, I want to say this one was like Influenced maybe. Yes, Influenced is on the prompt list. So for the prompt Influenced, this is my Rhode Peptide Lip Shape in the shade Lunge. Again, goal was 10 uses. I did actually use this 10 times, so that was great. I will be able to truly roll something in its place. I do really like this formula. I know it's like not a lip liner and some people hate it because it doesn't last long. I just wear it as a lipstick and it's great and I love it. It's a perfect shade for my lips, so I'm not even mad. But yes, I did use it my 10 times, so that is exciting. And then lastly, for the prompt Spotlighted Panner, I did roll in the Lawless Forget the Filler. I was choosing to spotlight Steph from It's Just Steph. Love her channel. She's awesome. She's so funny. Check her out if you're interested. And then, yeah, so this is my Lawless Forget the Filler in the shade Rosy Outlook, and again, I did hit my 10 uses. So that is that. How am I 10 minutes into filming and I just finished talking about this? I'm struggling today, guys. I truly am. But, okay, so with that being said, we are gonna go ahead and roll in 5 additional items. So let me go ahead and grab my deck of cards, and this is my extra joker. He goes back in here and he faces the other direction, so I know that he is, you know, what he is. And just to prove to people, there's my joker. My other joker is still in here. All is right in the world. I'm gonna go ahead and give these a few shuffles. Milo does not like the sound of shuffling cards, is what I've come to learn through this project. He's laying right next to me, which is why that was such a big, I literally just did it in his face. Sorry, buddy. That was a bad shuffle. I'm like okay at shuffling, I'm not great. And I feel like I'm being watched, you know, like the pressure's really on. That one wasn't very good. Oh my god, I'm just gonna cut the deck and call it good. Okay, so my 5 cards are going to be, what is that, an ace of spades, a queen of clubs, the 9 of clubs, is that a 10 of hearts? Yep, 10 of hearts, and king of diamonds. So let me go ahead and check the board. Let's figure out what these are and we can go from there. Okay, it looks like the king of spades is a baby goal, which my thing is like everything is a 10 use goal. So do I just treat that as like a free space, or should I roll, like pull a different card to actually get a prompt? This time around, I am going to just treat that as like, I just kind of get to pick, because everything has a 10 use goal, but I actually do want to hear from you guys going forward. What do you guys think that I should do in instances like this, where it's very vague as far as just like, oh, like baby goal, but like this whole project is the baby goal? Should I just like pick other things, like pick whatever I think is going to work best, or should I pull a new card? I am curious just to kind of see what you guys all think. So again, for now, I'm just going to use that as like, I get to pick whatever I want, keep my 10 use goal. I'm not going to change that, but I am curious. Okay, 10 of hearts. This one is, it says letter. I don't know what that means, so let me go to the descriptions. Letter. Randomize a letter and choose a product based on a brand or shade name. Okay. So I'm going to ask Siri to pick a number between 1 and 26, and that will be the like that number will correspond with the letter of the alphabet. Does that make sense? Pick a number between 1 and 26. Okay, Siri chose the number 11. I don't know if you, oh, that took me to my calculator. She chose 11. I hope that you could see that. And then, because I don't want to do the thought process. What is the 11th letter of the alphabet? Okay, well that gave me the Hebrew alphabet and I'm not really sure why. What is the 11th letter in the English alphabet? It's a K. Okay, so I will use that to pick a brand or a shade name or a something based off of the letter K. This is a fun game. Okay, then I have my 9 of clubs. This is a matte product. Interesting. Okay, I can work with that. My queen of clubs is Mrs. Right Now, and I feel like I was watching somebody recently who got this one. I don't remember what it meant. Mrs. Right Now is a product you're excited to use right now. It's seasonally appropriate or perfect for the opportunity to fill a gap in your panning lineup. Okay, perfect. I'm excited for that. And then lastly, I have the Ace of Spades, and that is a plan to pan item. So I did not do a plan to pan for this specific project because my plan to pan was actually for my project pan, which is again just like my base products, because I wanted to allow myself the flexibility to rotate through my collection. So I'm actually going to pull a different card in this instance just because I don't have a plan to pan. And so I feel like that mixed with the Mrs. Right Now and that king that I'm keeping in for like the baby pan goal, I want to actually do something based off another prompt. So next card is the Jack of Spades. I'm getting a lot of face cards this year, I feel like. Does anybody else think so? Jack of Spades is to represent another project. Okay, I can do that. So alrighty, those are my cards. I'm gonna go pick through my items and I'll be back shortly. Alrighty, just like last time, that took a lot longer than I anticipated, but I have everything. I also, I don't know, man, here we are. I'm trying to like kind of create a cohesive look with these items, which may be where I'm falling apart a little bit, but also if I want to be able to get through them in 10, you know, in the month, I feel like I have to do that. So anyway, okay, here we are. I did give myself some creative liberties, but that was to be expected. I'm struggling to figure out, I think that goes there. Okay, so starting off with just what is in my hand last. For the prompt, let me get this open up again. For the prompt Mrs. Right Now, which again was that Queen of Clubs, I picked the Gucci powder blush. I have mine in the shade 1. I love, this is not a blush, this is a bronzer. I'm so sorry. I love this bronzer. I think it looks so good on my skin tone. It definitely has that like warm rosy tone to it. And I have a very, very pink undertone. Like I'm a very pink blue kind of person. So I just feel like this bronzer always looks so good on me and super natural. And so I am excited to get some use on that. Okay. Then for the prompt, this one is just the next easiest one to pick up. So this is my King of Diamonds. This one was that Baby Goal. I decided to pick another of the Rhode Peptide lip shapes. This one's in the shade Bend. So it is a little bit more like of a peachy tone, and I picked that on purpose because for my, what is that? 9 of diamond, that's not a diamond, that's a club. For my 9 of clubs, I got my cards mixed up. Here we are. This prompt was matte, and I have really been wanting to reach for this blush lately. Even like this morning when I was kind of getting ready, I was like, maybe I should use that blush. And then I was like, no, because I'm trying to make sure that I use something else. So this is my Gucci blush in this, it opens backwards from what I'm always expecting it, like from the way I'm always expecting it to open, so. Okay, I just had it open, what are we doing? So here we are, this is in the shade 2 Tender Apricot. I really love this like peachy apricot shade. And so do we see what I was going for there? That's my goal. But yes, I have been really wanting to reach for this, and it is considered, it's a luminous matte, but it's considered matte. I'm counting it as a win. Matte is in the name, so I'm using it. But yes, so this is that blush, and I love this blush. And honestly, anytime I wear this blush on camera, you guys always tell me my blush looks really good. So I'm really excited to wear this blush. I love it. Okay, and then for my Jack of Spades, this one says to, like, the prompt was represent another project. So this is my Perricone MD No Makeup Blush. This thing has seen better days. The cap is like completely cracked. She's getting empty. This was like my most recent line down here. But yes, so this was in my project. This may have been a Plan to Pan last year, but I never got to it. But it was in my project the year before, I think. So I'm choosing to like spotlight that project. If you want to call it like a graveyard item, that's cool too, because this would technically be like a collecting cobwebs, I think. Also Emily and Max. But I think that this blush looks really, really good when it's layered underneath this one. So that was kind of my goal with that, like the vision that I had was like, oh, perfect. So yeah, I'm excited to get that rolled in and get some use on it. And then lastly was that letter prompt, and I'm gonna be so honest, I did not think it was gonna be that difficult. This is the only item that I have in my entire collection because my letter was K, and I do have 2 products from Kosas, but they are in my other project pan. So again, I'm not crossing those. And also the second product that I have from Kosas, I literally bought at the very, very end of, like, within a couple of days left of 2025. So like very new to my collection. But both of those are rolled into my other project. So my letter was K. I quite literally think I went through every single piece of makeup that I own. I checked the shade name of everything. I went into my what am I trying to say? Checked every single shade name, checked every single brand, like no K's were coming about and I was starting to get a little nervous. And then I checked my Natasha Denona Yucca palette. And sure enough, this has one shadow with a K. Komorbi, don't ask me how to say that, that's what we're going with. But it is this top center shade right here. It is a very, very pretty green shimmer. So maybe I should have taken that into account as I was out here picking my blush, but I think that'll work. So yeah, I don't know exactly how we're gonna do this, but I guess I'm using this 10 times in the next month. So that is what that looks like. I am excited. I like that this prompt based system definitely does make me kind of get out of my comfort zone a little bit, but that is everything that we are rolling in. So again, just kind of as a recap, the new products are the shade from the Natasha Denona palette, my No Makeup blush, my Gucci bronzer, my Gucci blush, and the Rhode Peptide Lip Treatment lip shape. And then for things that are staying rolled in, I need 2 more uses on my, I need 1 more use on my Patrick Ta Duo. I need 2 more uses on NYX Cottage Cheese, and I need 3 more uses on my Charlotte Tilbury Quad. So we are definitely, there's a lot going on, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. February is a short month, but hopefully I don't get really sick again and I can actually like do my makeup. That would be cool. But yes, that is everything. I do appreciate you guys sticking around, checking it out. I know it was kind of a rough start. I'm starting to like feel better as we're kind of getting through this. But yes, that is everything. I do appreciate you guys checking out my update. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up down below. Leave a comment if you feel inclined to do so. If you want to see more of me in the future, go to subscribe down below as well. With that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day, wherever you are, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!